Do it.
Hi, friends.
Hello, everybody.
Groton's on the go here. Today is officially
3 months.
3 months on the road in our Class C RV. We left from Maine and boogied down the East Coast across the bottom, and we have been in Arizona for almost a month now.
Almost a month. Probably a month.
Yep.
No, almost a month.
And we were planning on moving to California a couple weeks ago, or around about now, but obviously with COVID-19 our plans have changed, and so we just wanted to come give you an update on what's happening, what we've learned, how the journey has been, what's happening with COVID, all the things,
what we're doing, what we can't do, what we're still doing, a lot of it, like how we're making it happen. We've had a few people that have reached out and said, what are you guys doing? Are you safe? Are you coming home? What's your situation? And I would say it's probably a day-to-day thing. We're listening, we're trying everything, we're trying to stay I guess as contained as we can right now, but we do have the need to move. We have to move. There are certain places that will allow us to stay longer than others. Recently we left and went to a smaller state park.
Homolovi. It was amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah. Windy, but beautiful. And now we're back in another park where we can actually stay for 2 full weeks. So we'll get to all of that. But we wanted to just give you an update.
We want to tell you. So we were traveling along. We boogied from Texas all the way to New Mexico. It was like a 10-hour day, super long day. I'm going to start here. Okay. Yeah.
Start here.
And so we boogied. We wanted to see the White Sands National Park and Carlsbad Caverns, which are some of our favorites. But we pull into this park. It was a KOA in New Mexico in, I don't remember what town. But we had traveled long day and we didn't get the site that we had planned on getting. And so we were trying to figure that all out. We were a little bit frustrated.
I was a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, Chris was really frustrated.
A lot of bit frustrated.
So we pull into this spot and this nicest dad comes over with his 2 kids and his guitar and hey, welcome. You guys must be full-time families like us. And we were stretched thin.
Yeah.
It had been a long travel day. We just wanted a beer. We had to get set up.
Get the chalk blocks in, stop.
So we maybe weren't super friendly. But the guy was like, oh, well, we'll come back when you guys get set up. You must be heading to the full-time families rally. And we're like,
what?
Don't know what that is. What are you talking about? And he's like, oh, well, there's this organization called Full-Time Families, and you join it.
Shirt,
oh, yeah.
Actually.
My shirt. And they have Facebook groups. They have info on all kinds of stuff, boondocking, homeschooling, and just life on the road. And this is big community. And we're like, what? Well, we're not really full-time because at this point, we're just doing this for 6 months. He's like, it doesn't matter. You are full-time. You're living in an RV with your kids. You should come. There's a rally. They do these rallies around the U.S. every few months. There's actually a rally in Tucson, Arizona next week. And we're like,
we were going to Tucson.
So we're like, thanks for the info. Nice to meet you. We need a beer.
Thanks, Rob.
Bye, Rob. And so we went, we got unpacked and took a break, relaxed that night and had some conversation about, let's look into it.
Yeah.
So we looked it up. We looked at the price. We looked at the rally information. They had a whole schedule online, and we're like, could be really fun. There were,
at this point in time, as far as what we had expected and what we had come across, we had met a lot of really nice people. We stayed at some pretty nice places, but we hadn't found any community. The kids were really just hanging out with themselves, and every once in a while we'd bump into somebody. But there wasn't, it wasn't what I expected, where you had friends, you were meeting up at different places. And so we talked
traveling
about it.
with, and we are extroverts. We need socialization that. We were at this point, I guess, feeling would we ever want to do this full time? It had been 8 weeks and we were lonely. We were really lonely, and it wasn't what we had imagined. So we were like, well, maybe we should check this out. Who knows what these families are like? I was definitely nervous going in. But we decided to book the rally. So we booked the rally. We made plans.
We joined the Full-Time Families, first of all, and there's a small fee to become part of that group, but there's good information that comes out of it. And then we paid to go to this rally, which it's the best thing that we've done on this trip.
Changed our whole world around full-time RVing. So at the KOA in Tucson, it was 45 full-time families, lots of kids, lots of people, and they had activities like three times a day, like bonfires and art activities and STEM activities for the kids and
all
family
the
crafting.
cooking. The kids cook. The kids
cooking.
had a craft
kids
fair.
marketplace.
And things for the adults too, like internet, how to get internet. Like we've been in a few places now, which if you see us like sporadically putting stuff up and not being on social media or whatever it may be, it's because of the internet. You know, there's some remote places in Texas along with other places. And
but Chris learned about, we ordered some stuff on Amazon after that. He's got a big boom on the back of our RV now with like an antenna. I don't know about that, but
we're trying.
It's fabulous.
We're doing our best.
So it just totally changed our world, and we immediately found a handful of families who were like us. We loved their company. Our kids all got along, and we're like, yay, let's travel together.
I would say of the 45 families, probably 3/4 of them were first year to a rally like this. And half of them were probably in the same position as us, where they had met a few people along the way, but really hadn't met. And then all of a sudden, as we, got through this week and left, the bonds were created. And you could see like certain families were like, talking about how they were moving up and where they were going up into Alaska and the Alaska route. And like, they've done these year after year. And we even, found a small group of people that we bonded pretty quickly with who had, similar ideas. And we've been with them ever since.
And thank goodness, because honestly, with all this COVID stuff, there are national parks being shut down, state parks are being shut down. It's kind of hard to be out here away from family and your community alone in this fearful time. I mean, we're trying not to be fearful and like positive thoughts, but it's up and down. I'm sure you guys can agree day to day. Like some days I'm high anxiety and anxious, and other days I'm like, it's fine, we're going to be fine. But you're in this small, RV with just your family. And so finding them has been life-changing. So we have now traveled with them the last 3 weeks.
We've been with them since we left. So it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's so nice to have their support and like.
They have kids, the different ages and stuff like that. But all the people we have met, have kids and we've, they've created their own bond. And it's been really amazing to like see our kids, and again, like we've been traveling together, so keep that in mind. We're not going out and just randomly. We've been together this whole time. So for our kids right now, and for us as adults, it's been really nice to have a group of people that you can ride bikes with, or you can go
on a hike
go on a hike with, or just sit around a fire with. And I'm sure you can all relate, those of you who are at home right now. And so we've, kind of extended our family, and we're doing our best to lock in with that family right now.
Yeah, and not have any outside contact outside of them. But yeah, that's been a blessing. And I get now why people do life on the road, because when you have a community, it's incredible, to have dinners together, campfires together, again, the kids stuff. So it's been awesome. So plans, we don't know. We are here at 1,000 Trails. So the other thing we learned about was this 1,000 Trails. So there's a bunch of campgrounds around the U.S. You pay a one-time yearly fee, or you can pay a lifetime fee. That's a little bit more money. And then you have access to all these 1,000 Trail campgrounds. You basically can roll in. We bought a package where you can be in 2 weeks to one of the campgrounds and then out for a week, and then in 2 weeks and out. So we were here when we left the rally. We
left the rally. No, we came straight here. We were here for 9 days.
Yeah, in Arizona, outside of Cottonwood, in 1,000 Trails. So basically, once you pay your annual fee, you roll in to these places for free. So we were here for 2 weeks. We left to go up to Homolova State Park that didn't have full hookups, but it was still beautiful and awesome. And then we got back. We weren't planning on coming back here, but now we're back here again for 2 weeks because they have full hookups and it's free, and we're riding out.
Our plans have definitely changed. We had put together a plan with this group of people, as to where we're going to go, how we're going to move, what was going to happen, getting into California. We've nixed all that. There's no more California. Looks like Utah is kind of on the fritz. Everything's closed. So instead of like going and seeing all these great places together, we're really just hunkering in together like everybody is right now. And that's kind of where we're at. The interesting thing again about the 1,000 Trails though is you buy a region. So you buy the subscription and it covers a region, and I think there's 5 regions. And so we own the New England region now, so we can camp at a variety of those places up there, and the Southwestern region so that we can, go from there. And when we start talking about like finances and budgeting, this is a big deal. When you start to think of, your your price for a campground at night can range from $70 to $100 or more or less.
And some are 20 and 25 in state parks, but they often don't have full hookup, and that's
but if you're thinking, if let's say you a $60 park, right, with full hookups, a $60 park, if you have to pay for that for a month, you're already at a lot of money.
Right.
So a lot more than what we paid.
We are, we love that was a great part of Thousand Trails, and a lot of them have laundry right in the facility. Some of them have pools and rec rooms, and so they're very family friendly.
Most are also full hookups, and that's what when we were at the state park, I said it wasn't a full hookup. We had water to our RV, and we also had electricity, so everything was fine. But like our gray water and black water, our waste, we had to actually unhook everything, drive to a place where they had a dump station, and then get rid of that, which we only had to do once during our trip, and then once again as we left. So we could probably stay somewhere for about a week without actually having to unplug.
Yeah, but we've learned about solar now, and like boondocking. We haven't boondocked yet. Boondocking means just parking on free land out here. There's a lot of it. Our generator had been broken, but Chris actually at the last park got it figured out and running again. So that was exciting.
My mechanical skills are on point right now.
So we can boondock now because our generator works. But we are excited to get now into the world of solar. Like we can't wait to invest in some solar, get some solar.
Everyone's done it. Everyone's got information, and it's like everyone's like, if I did it again, I would do this. And so I'm just waiting. I'm kind of standing back. We're trying to figure out what's the best way to do it, and go from there. It's a really cool, just opportunity for us to like learn more about it, figure out what we can do, and make this RV more sustainable on its own, if you will. So
coming back. But I will say too, lots of bumps along the way. Like we've had ups and downs as a family, lots of emotions. Like we have a 31-foot RV, and it's tricky to be together in here. Homeschooling has been a little bit bumpy. I would say that's like the hardest thing to figure out. I mean, we're 3 months in, and I still don't think we have it 100%. But I did learn getting the kids planners has helped. So everybody has a planner now, and the week prior, we now lay out the next week, and that has helped our son in particular, who just likes to know what's coming and likes to have a little control over his life. So that has helped to have a planner, and the Friday before we like lay out, like this is what next week's going to look like. These are the pages you're going to do or the activities you're going to do. And get their input, and that has helped tremendously because now he knows what his plan is for the week. He wakes up and it's been much more successful. But I still don't think we have programs that 100% we love. I'm trying to piece it together.
Yeah, there's definitely, it would definitely be something where I think it would be good to have a full-on curriculum and say, throughout the year, these are the things we're going to hit. We wanted this, trip, this 6 months, to be pretty flexible as it is. And like the national parks have some awesome stuff. We've already talked about the junior ranger programs. Yep. You get a packet and they really hold you to it. We've had, some park rangers when they're going through at the end, like really scrutinizing and saying, okay, well, so why did you answer this? And what did you learn? And what would you find if you would...
The rangers are incredible.
Yeah, they're amazing. And unfortunately, like the last couple of parks that we've been at, like, as things are shutting down, that program's also shutting down. So we no longer have that as a resource. But some of the state parks and
they're
just the
all
local
online
trails.
Now. The national parks they put all their junior ranger programs online, so that was helpful.
Yeah, that may be something to look into for anyone, even at home, just to be like, hey, what are the national parks? We can get this booklet, and then maybe someday go see it. Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah. So we're here for 2 more weeks.
Yep.
We don't know what's happening after that. We might head home. We don't know. Yeah. We're just gonna wait it out, like I'm sure all of you are. We're all just waiting, and luckily, we feel pretty safe and quarantined and like safe in our RVs, and so that's nice. And we can get out into nature
I would say our biggest struggle, and again, just like everybody else, we're being as careful as can be, but our biggest struggle is the size of our fridge. We compared to like a residential fridge or freezers and stuff where you can stock stuff away, we do ultimately have to go to a store probably once a week, probably more than that, but we're
going to try to, we went yesterday and we're going to try to really hunker down.
We have a bigger cooler now. We actually invested in a larger cooler. So we've got that, we've got ice, and some things should actually last quite a bit longer. Yeah. But we're doing good. So we've got a couple of weeks here. Our goal is to, at this point, we're going day by day, but our goal is to pick up and start to head east. We knew we had some places we want to be along the way, people we want to see, and that's kind of not going to happen. But
everyone's
probably not going to happen.
But
but we are going to likely start heading back east. Things hopefully are warming up. It's been kind of chilly.
We drove through snow last week, which was fun to see snow being
drove
from
through
Maine.
snow.
Like, oh, there's
Yeah.
snow. And
It's-
Flagstaff
Yeah.
had some snow.
Flagstaff's really pretty.
Mhm.
I'd like to another time when it's not
We have fallen in
quarantine,
love with Arizona.
go back. Yeah. So
I love Arizona so much.
and it's supposed to get hotter next week. So it hopefully upper
It's
70s.
been 50s and 60s. It has been.
We
colder
can't
than-
complain.
Yes, no, but colder than I expected.
Yep. So.
Yep,
anyhow,
that's the update. 3 months in.
3 months.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Groton's on the Go
Yeah.
on Facebook and Instagram.
And Darcy's been putting together a couple of videos to help, like with some little, we call them back pocket games or back pocket activities.
Yeah, some activities on YouTube. Yep.
To get you going, so you and your kids have something to do. And I think the biggest thing about keeping kids and being sane is having something to do. If you've got some, a list of items to go to and a quick book of say, okay, this is what we're gonna just do next when everyone loses patience or whatever, it's really helpful. So the more you have in your back pocket, the better off you are.
Yep. Thanks for following,
All right.
guys.
See you guys next time.